Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I am here to talk about some of the things I got for Christmas. Before we begin, you may have noticed that things behind me are different. Yes, they are. Stuff got rearranged a lot, so yeah, this is what it's going to look like now. This is what my new background is, featuring some new friends I'm going to talk about in a minute. So I want to talk about a few of the things I got for Christmas, not just books. However, because this is a bookish channel, I understand that might be what you're here for, so let me talk about the books that I received for Christmas very first. So this year, just like last year, I was a part of a secret Santa group on Goodreads. I will leave the link to that down in the description below, but it is run by Mel, who is wonderful, and she always puts in so much effort to make sure that the secret Santa thing goes off without a hitch. And it's just so much fun to be a part of. It's great to receive this extra little fun book in the mail that you maybe weren't expecting or that you wouldn't have received otherwise. I love it. I will definitely be participating for as long as Mel is running at the Secret Santa group, but the book that I got was Honey Girl by Lisa Freeman. So Honey Girl was one of the books that I really wanted because I read it on my Kindle, but I didn't own a physical copy, and now I do. This book follows a girl named Nani. She has spent her entire life growing up in Hawaii, and then she is moved to Santa Monica, and she has to learn to integrate in that new place. It takes place in the 1970s, and basically she's trying to get in good with the girl group that owns the beach. There are a lot of rules about the beach, but one of the number one rules is girls don't surf. And disclaimer going in, that does not change over the course of this book. This is not a girls taking over, like toppling the rules of the beach, now girls can surf book. That's not what this is about. It is just about Nani and trying to get in with the beach crew, learning all of the rules of the beach crew, and they are intense. Plus, this is a queer release. Nani is queer as well as one of the other girls on the beach. Neither of them ever really get a label, so I'm not going to label them. They're just queer ladies. But this book is one of the most bizarre books I've ever read. However, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is extremely atmospheric, makes you feel like you're sitting right down on the beach, and so I really wanted my own copy, and I was so excited to receive this one. The next 4 books are all books that were from my mom for Christmas because I just sent her my Amazon wish list and was like, these are organized in order of how much I want them, and I got 4 books. So the first of those is Buffering, Unshared Tales of a Life Fully Loaded by Hannah Hart. This book is just sort of like Hannah's memoir, I guess. It's just about herself. Hannah Hart is one of my favorite YouTubers. Obviously, I will leave her channel linked below. But I assume that you must know at least a little bit who Hannah Hart is. She started out doing My Drunk Kitchen. I started watching her back when her and Ingrid Nilsson were dating because queer ladies on YouTube. But I think Hannah is hysterical. I absolutely love her, and I've wanted to know more about her life in general. She is just a person that I look up to. She's a person I also get compared to a fair amount on this channel. Her and Tyler Oakley, like, I know what my hair looks like, and I know I've got the glasses. I see it. I want to read her book. So I'm really excited that my mom got me this to read. I have really wanted to read it, and I cannot wait to learn more about Hannah. The next book that I got for Christmas was We Are the Ants by Shaun David Hutchinson. This book has been talked about a few different places, but first of all, the number one thing I have to say is that this book is gorgeous. I am in love with the color scheme of this book. I think it stands out on a shelf. It has this sort of rough texture that I really appreciate. This is beautiful. This is beautifully designed. This book is about a kid named Henry Denton, and there is a lot not going right in his life right now. His mom is really struggling with a few things. His older brother is a college dropout who has a pregnant girlfriend. His grandmother has Alzheimer's, and his boyfriend committed suicide last year. So clearly things are not going well. But this is also about alien abduction, because Henry has been abducted by aliens. They first abducted him when he was 13, and then it just kind of continues, I believe, and they have given him the chance to avert them ending the world, but he doesn't really see a lot of reasons why the world needs to keep on turning, and then he meets a guy named Diego. So obviously this is a queer release. That is one of the number 1 reasons I wanted to read it. Also, Shaun David Hutchinson wrote The 5 Stages of Andrew Hartley. I feel like I'm not getting that correct, but I've really wanted to read that since it was released. Somehow I'm getting to this one first. So very eager to read this. I've heard incredible things. It's a gorgeous book, and I feel like it's possible this might be one of the books for the YA BookTube Awards in the LGBTQIA+ category, so great for that too, and I cannot wait to jump in. I also got A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This is the second book in the Shades of Magic series. I absolutely loved A Darker Shade of Magic this year. This takes place in a world in which there are 4 parallel Londons. There's red, white, gray, and black London, and each of them have a different type of magic, and it's about a guy named Kel, and he's one of the only people who has the ability to jump between those different Londons. It is full of adventure and pirates and thieving rogue ladies and magic, and it was so good, and I cannot wait to read the second book. It is much thicker than A Darker Shade of Magic, which is intimidating, but I'm going to get to it soon so that I can be prepared for Conjuring of Light to come out in a couple of months, and I can finish off this trilogy, which I need to read this trilogy. Also, I believe that one of the queer characters from the first book has a much more standout role in this one, so again, obviously, very interesting to me. And the final book that I got for Christmas was Winter by Marissa Meyer. This was kind of a big, book-to-book Christmas haul. Yeah. So this is the 4th book in the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer, which I have started reading just this year, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to wrap it up this year, but maybe early next year I will. But this series is a series of sci-fi fantasy retellings, so Cinderella, there's Red Riding Hood, there is Rapunzel, and then this one is obviously Snow White. I have really, really enjoyed the series, and the 3rd book, Cress, has been my favorite so far, for sure, but I'm excited to see what this one holds. I think that I want to read Fairest before I read this one, but I don't really feel I need to own it based on the reviews I've seen, so I might try to pick that one up from the library, read that, and then I can jump into Winter, which is, this book is huge. It's actually 800 pages, but the Bible-thin pages people have been talking about. So it looks less intimidating than it really is, but it's intimidating. Alright, so those are all of the books that I received for Christmas. If you're like, okay, that's it, that's all I care about, then I guess you can leave now. But I'm going to show off a few of the other really cool things I think that you'll still be interested in. Namely, Funko Pops. Yes, we're finally getting to these. So for Christmas, I got the entire Scooby-Doo collection of Funko Pops, which is incredible. So we're gonna go through these. We got Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Daphne, and of course, Velma, who I think is my favorite of the collection. I asked for a few different Funko Pops this year, but really my focus was just on getting this entire Scooby-Doo collection. Scooby-Doo has been my favorite of all since I was a really, really little kid, and it remains one of my favorites, so I really, really wanted these. Basically, since I started collecting Funko Pops, I've been waiting for them to make the Scooby Gang, not to be confused with the Scoobies from Buffy, who, I'd also like to finish those off. Funko, if you're listening, are you ever gonna go back to those? Maybe make Xander? Maybe Tara? Maybe Giles? No? Not listening? Okay. But anyway, Mystery Incorporated is a group that I really, really wanted to own, and so I am very glad that I finally do, and they will be behind me from now on because I recently got rid of a bunch of books in preparation for moving, across the country, and so I had new shelves open, and now Doctor Who gets their own special display shelf. So now these are up here. The next thing that I quickly want to mention is actually something that I'm wearing right now. These are not a pair of overalls. This is actually a jean overall dress, which I will cut away too so you can see a clip of it full on. I just really, really wanted this. I tried it on at H&M like a month ago and completely fell in love with it, but I was buying a few other things that I was really in love with as well, and so I immediately sent a link over to my mom, and I was like, hey, if you're trying to think of Christmas gifts, this is a good one. I just think it fits me really well. I absolutely love the look of it. And it's so funny, yesterday I was going through and helping my mom clean out some of our stuff in this main room that we have to paint, and I came across a picture of me at age 1 wearing a dress almost exactly like this. So apparently I'm just regressing. But I was very excited to receive this dress, so I really wanted to show it off. I'm a big fan. The last couple of things I wanted to show off are both mugs. I got a couple of mugs for Christmas, so the first of those is this cat mug. Janelle's mom gave this to me. The tail makes up the handle, which I think is adorable, but also you have to look inside. That is a mouse in there, which is also super cute. I love mugs. You guys must know this because I generally have a ridiculous number of them sitting behind me at any given time, and you can't even see the ones on the top of this bookshelf. But this is so cute, and I love him, and he has these cute little ears, and he's just so cute, and I love him. And the other mug that I want to show off is actually this one. This one is one that my sister gave me. It's from Out of Print. They make a lot of really great stuff. I also have a pair of socks from Out of Print that I love. They're banned book socks. But this is a mug that looks like a library card, and it is so cute. My sister was really proud of herself for finding this one, and I have to agree, this was a perfect gift for me. Plus, I think it's just much more suiting that this is now available to hold my bookmarks. Previously, I had them in like a Mickey Mouse mug, but I think this is even better. So this will also be behind me from now on, so I'm going to put it right back on the TBR shelf where it belongs now. There you go. It'll always be here from now on. Okay, so that's everything that I really wanted to talk about in this video in particular. I got a lot more stuff that I really loved, especially the stuff from Janelle, obviously. We Skyped and opened each other's gifts. She got me this amazing adult coloring book, but it's a color by numbers book, and I'm in love with it. I need a lot more structure in my coloring, I've discovered, so it was perfect for me. But also, she got me tickets to see the Lumineers at Madison Square Gardens. And if you guys watched my recent favorites video, you know that I love the Lumineers, so I felt a little bit like crying when I saw that. But yeah. She got me tickets to see the Lumineers, and that's incredible. But yeah, I got a few other things, but I thought these were the main things I really wanted to show off and that I thought you guys would be the most interested in. If you received any gifts over this holiday season that you really want to tell me about, please do in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. If you don't celebrate anything this time of year that means receiving or giving gifts, then I hope that you had a great holiday season. It was very snowy here and just beautiful to look at, so I hope that everyone has had a great holiday season in general. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!